The clip starts with a courtroom exchange involving LowTierGod, also known as Dale Wilson, and a woman he shares a child with. At the center of the case is not child support itself, but a request for a restraining order based on alleged harassment and online activity. Now, early in the hearing, the judge immediately sets a boundary. The judge explains that anything related to child support must be handled by the Department of Child Support Services, not this court. So right away, that entire angle is pushed aside. What the court focuses on instead is something different. Allegations of online harassment, indirect threats, and behavior that could potentially lead to real-world consequences. As the hearing continues, LowTierGod presents his argument. He claims that over time, the situation escalated beyond normal online conflict. He mentions things like people taking pictures of his home, individuals allegedly obtaining personal documents, and online communities discussing his private life. He suggests that all of this stems from the other party's online activity.
Things have just been egregiously progressing to the point where, as you can see, there's her mentioning my mortgage. Not sure how she got that paperwork. People taking pictures of my house, my cars at night. And this is all budding from her and her
All right.
online
Well,
harassment.
what proof do you have of that?
Everything's here.
Okay, give it.
Now, it's important to note, he admits that some of what he's saying could be considered hearsay, but his main point is that the environment around him has changed, and he believes it's no longer safe. At this point, the judge begins reviewing evidence, but there's a problem.
At that point, that's when things begin to progress, and
To my bailiff.
everything's set in different exhibits. And that's her social media that matches everything that is said in a harassment Discord.
Okay, well, let me take a look at it, because what you provided in your request is not very readable.
Okay.
Multiple times, the judge states that the submitted screenshots are too small or unclear to read properly. In fact, at one point, the judge says directly that even with good vision, the material is simply not readable. So instead of relying heavily on those documents, the judge focuses on what can actually be understood from the clearer portions.
All right.
It's kind of going to be hard to read.
Well, if it's hard to read, then there's not much I can do.
It's kind of small.
Well, then I can't read it. Okay, it looks like you're complaining that she blocked you?
No, that was just the front page of her social media because that's all that I could get. So her whole social media is decorated at slandering, harassment, anything that she could do to basically detract me.
Okay.
So there, I think on her front page, she's posting child support documents.
Well, they're public documents, I believe.
She posted the login.
One key moment comes when the judge reads out part of a Discord conversation. In that exchange, someone refers to LowTierGod using negative language, and another person responds in agreement. Now, LowTierGod denies the claims being made in those messages. He states clearly that certain accusations being spread about him are not true. However, the judge points out something important. There's no direct confirmation that the woman involved is responsible for every message being posted. Some of it could be third-party commentary, and legally, that distinction matters.
I just told you, I think twice before, that you have to take that up down there. Okay, this is what I've already read. Okay, this is very I can't tell what date.
I think on Discord, the date might be it might be by the message. No.
Well, I can't read it if it is. These are really small. Okay, this is, I'm just going to read it to see if anything. Right. I don't know who she's talking about here. It could be the petitioner. It could be somebody else. I wouldn't say anything's directly threatening or abusive.
Still, the judge continues reviewing what is available, and even though not everything is readable, there is enough to identify a pattern, not necessarily direct threats, but repeated online behavior that could provoke reactions from others. Next, the judge turns to the woman involved and asks her to respond. She acknowledges sending at least one message, specifically, a message about someone wanting to fight LowTierGod and offering to help set it up. When asked why she got involved in that situation, her response is simple. She says someone contacted her and she passed the message along. The judge questions that decision directly. Why involve yourself at all? Why escalate something like that from there? The focus shifts to a more serious concern, whether any personal information was shared online. The judge asks clearly, did you post his address? Did you post financial documents? Did you publish private details? She denies doing so.
All right, somebody says they have your mortgage documents, but they're not going to post it. Are you thinking that's her?
It's 100% her Discord.
Okay.
I'm not even sure how she received those documents.
Well, I think a lot of them are public.
Yeah.
So that's probably how. They're public information. This is way too small for me to read. And I do have like 2010 close-up vision, but it's just too small. All right, I don't know what this is.
She maintains that she has only shared her own information, not his. At this point, both sides have presented their positions, and the judge takes a step back to look at the bigger picture, not just the individual messages, but the overall situation. This is where the tone of the hearing changes slightly, because instead of focusing only on evidence, the judge brings up the long-term impact, specifically the child they share.
Okay, the child support I already said has to be handled by the child support unit because they have a different set of rules, and I wasn't part of the ones who made any rules there. So
the judge points out that everything posted online, every argument, every accusation can be seen later, if not directly by the child, then by others around them. And that creates a lasting record. The judge even says in a very direct way that as the child gets older, she will likely come across these posts. And that should be enough reason for both sides to reconsider how they act publicly. Now, after reviewing what could be reviewed and considering the broader situation, the judge makes a decision.
all right. Do you have anything else you want to tell me, sir?
Since this timeline of abuse has started, like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of offline stalking. People are taking pictures of my home, and like I said, me personally, I know it's hearsay, but I feel like all of this, because I've been doing social media for about 10 years, and the worst time in my life has been when she started doing 13-hour interviews about me, going into these hate discords. This is a whole hate discord used to basically go at my social media, slander me 24/7. And the fact that she's in here as my child's mother is extremely egregious. So I feel like the best way for me to be protected is I have to have a restraining order. My safety is a risk. People know where I live. She's discussing if I have firearms. She's mentioning my mortgage paperwork. Just things that don't need to be said. If we share a child together, there's no reason for this woman to be trying to figure out ways to dismantle me online and put my safety at risk, considering that in the future, that same child will have to be at that same house.
Do you ever post about her on your social media?
Not one single post about my social media says anything about her.
Right, ma'am. Do you want to respond to what he said?
Yes.
So that one about where you say somebody wants to fight you and you can set it up. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
And why were you asking him this?
Mr. Wilson he's a streamer and he reacts. He does gaming and then he reacts. So somebody made a comment about his shirt and then he went on a rant for like 30, 45 minutes about he kept talking about pull up and catch the fade.
Well, why were you at all interested in getting involved in this?
Well, the person that actually made the comment got in contact with me and asked me to get in contact with him.
Okay. And why would you do that?
It just happened.
Are you publishing his personal information online?
I'm publishing my information.
Okay.
I've not published any of his documents online.
You didn't put that mortgage online?
I did not.
Okay. And do you put his home address or
I
his?
have not.
Okay. Do you do things that might send random people to his house to
I-
take?
Never condone anyone going looking for him.
Well, I'm not saying that you had to give them your blessing, but did you do stuff that could result in that happening?
No.
Okay. Do you have any evidence you would like to show me?
I have a declaration, and then for his
All right. Give it to my bailiff.
for the March 2nd occurrence, he's claiming that I had posted the proof of service document on the same day that we had court. But if you,
Okay. Is it this court?
the proof of service,
Yeah. Or is it the child support?
that was the child support.
Okay. I told you both. That has to be handled there.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just telling you the dates wrong.
This is a response that should have been filed.
Yes.
It wasn't filed, so I can't, and it wasn't served on him. All right. It should have been filed with the court. All right. You said you had photos.
The second to last page.
Well, these are also not readable because what people are doing is they're miniaturizing them to fit them on the piece of paper. And then when it's scanned, it's miniaturized even farther. You can't blow it up or make it larger because then it becomes very blurry.
Yes.
So,
I do have, I could show you on my phone the image that shows the difference in the time and date.
have you shown it to him? Well, I'm not going to get into what happened in child supports now.
Okay. Well, I was just responding to his claim.
Okay, and I didn't listen to his claim.
Okay.
Okay, I can't tell what date this is. It says, "Hey, hope is all is well."
Those are text messages between us through the past couple of years.
Okay, well, I can't even tell what year it is. All right, they seem to be relatively friendly. All right, so why am I looking at these?
Well, in his claim, he was talking about the $500 payment if I was just asking for a random $500. But I had voluntarily closed our child support case because he said he would be willing to meet his child that he's never met. So I agreed to that, and we had a set amount for the financial part.
Okay, but that's the child support. We're talking about what is happening outside of that case.
Okay.
All right, let's hand this back. All right, I think one thing both of you need to pay attention to is 12. As it gets older, and who knows, it could probably is happening now. She'll be able to access your posts and see what it is you're saying about her. Or if she doesn't, her friends will. So I think you've got to keep in mind that everything you put online, it never goes away. And so your child will be able to see that stuff and see what you're saying about each other and what you're encouraging other people to do. So I would think as a parent that would be very concerning and should be enough to make you stop. But I actually don't think it will. I do find, and I looked at a lot of the stuff I couldn't see, but I could see that there was a sufficient, I think what's happening here is that comments are being made that are provocative and they provoke people in the community, some of whom are just random people who are following somebody on social media to engage in actions that are harassment. And I think that's because of what the post says. So I do find that she is harassing the petitioner.
A restraining order is granted. The order lasts for 3 years, and it includes several specific conditions. No harassment of any kind, no threats or intimidation, no sharing of personal information, limited contact. Only for matters involving the child. The judge also makes something very clear. Harassment doesn't have to be physical. It can be emotional, it can be indirect, and it can happen entirely online.
So I'm going to issue a restraining order for 3 years. Ma'am, you are not to harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault him, disturb his peace, and that means emotional or mental calm. It can be done online. I'm not making, he'll make a no contact order except to discuss child-related visits. All right, I'm going to order further, ma'am, that you are not to publish any personal information about the petitioner, such as date of birth, address, California driver's license, social security number, or any financial information on any social media platform. All right. And sir, you can record any conversations that violate my order. That would be any conversations not about the child. All right. So you can pick this up downstairs, sir, at the file viewing room on the first floor, and your child support or your custody and visitation will remain handled in child support. All right.
So even posts, comments, or interactions that disturb someone's peace can fall under that definition. Now, after this footage starts spreading online, LowTierGod reacts to it publicly. And his reaction is skepticism. He questions whether the footage is even real. At multiple points, he suggests that it could be AI generated.
I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I don't know where niggas got this shit from. I'm confused. I don't know. I think it's gotta be AI. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Isn't this shit illegal to steal courtroom footage? I mean, it is AI, but I'm saying if it was real, isn't it like illegal or something like that? Oh, so basically same shit that happened to Stefan Diggs. Oh, all's fair, love and war, right? Oh, okay.
He points to visual details, presentation, and overall feel, and he expresses confusion about how something like this would even be released. He also raises a legal question, whether it would even be allowed for courtroom footage like this to be taken and shared publicly, which, depending on the jurisdiction, can be a valid concern. So now the situation splits into two separate discussions. One is about the content of the case itself. The other is about whether the footage is authentic. And online, people are divided on both. Some believe the clip is real based on structure and dialogue.
It's the same shit. Oh, well, the tie isn't tucked because it's AI. That's why. 2 million impressions. Like I said, this shit is AI to me. Antichrist steer.
Others believe it's artificially created or manipulated. But regardless of where people stand on that, the core issue remains the same. This case highlights how online behavior can escalate into something more serious. It shows how public posts can influence others, and how quickly situations can move beyond control once they reach a wider audience.
Does look like an evil entity, doesn't it? Well, yeah, they farmed engagement. I don't even know what the fuck this shit is. I'm curious to know what it is. But it looks like people that believe it's real are saying congratulations, and Dan, this dude represented himself. He's smart representing himself. So I'm actually surprised at a lot of the comments. Blown away. Even though it's AI, I'm still blown away. Represented himself in court and won, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna watch it, but I just thought it was crazy. I just seen an AI clip on the timeline, thought that I would, yeah, I thought it was funny. They posting AI clips. I'm pretty sure these shits are all over Twitter. Somebody AI'd it and made it a thing. You see the chiseled arms through the button up though.
Now I want to pause here for a second, because if you've been following this breakdown, you already see how layered this situation is. So let me ask you directly, do you think the judge made the right call here, or do you think this situation was misunderstood? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm actually curious where people stand on this.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. They even have it on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's everywhere. I guess somebody just woke up with AI shit. Why'd they blur them, but They didn't blur the AI image of me. I wonder what's being said.
And who knows? It could probably is happening now. She'll be able to access your post about her, or if she doesn't, her friends will. So I think you've got to keep in mind that everything you put online, it never goes away. And so your child will be able to see that stuff and see what you're saying about each other and what you're encouraging other people to do. So I would think as a parent that would be very concerning and should be enough to make you stop. But
Yo, this AI shit is getting crazy.
And if you want more breakdowns like this, not just reactions, but actual step-by-step explanations, make sure you like the video and subscribe, because situations like this don't just disappear. More details usually come out over time.
I mean, I think what's happening here is that comments are being made that are provocative and they provoke people.
Where did this shit come from?
In the community.
And when they do, the context can change everything. But as it stands right now, this is what's been presented. A dispute that moved from private interaction into public attention, and eventually into a courtroom decision. And whether the footage itself is real or not, the situation it represents is something we're seeing more and more, where online conflict doesn't stay online, and where the consequences become very real.
I don't know where the fuck they got this shit.
Some of whom are just random people who are following somebody on social media to engage in actions that are harassment. And I think that's because of what the post says. So I do find that she is harassing the petitioner. So I'm going to issue a restraining order for 3 years. Ma'am, you are not to harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault him, disturb his peace, and that means emotional or mental calm.
Yeah, this shit crazy. Is this C-Dance? Yeah, this shit AI, bro.
Online. I'm not making... He'll make a no contact order except to discuss child-related visits. All right, I'm going to order further, ma'am, that you are not to publish any personal information about the petitioner, such as date of birth, address, California driver's license, social security number, or any financial information on any social media platform. All right. And sir, you can record any conversations that violate my order. That would be any conversations not about the child. All right. So you can pick this up downstairs, sir, at the file viewing room on the first floor, and your child support or your cousin.
Yeah, I've seen it. Technology is getting crazy. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's even believable anymore? That shit crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? I wonder what the fuck is that? Whenever I have a son, right? Hopefully I only have boys. What you mean, why do I want girls? What do I need girls? What do I need girls for? I want sons. Why as a man would I want daughters? When I literally just want to recreate me and make sure their life is lit early, do everything correct early. That don't even make sense. Bro, I grew up a little boy, so why would I want daughters? I did not agree that you were a product of casual sex, my nigga. And I would have had the tool tucked just in case. Is there an issue? Wait, hold on, you're pulling a gun on me? Absolutely, bro. Get the fuck off my doorstep. I did not agree to have you. If it's a girl, I'm like, did I stutter? Get off the doorstep. You are not one of my authentic children. Get out of here. Your debt, my debt has been paid. Oh my God. Please, the creator, please may you grant me nothing but boy sperm in my testicles. I've been punished enough in life. I've not gotten any handouts in life. I've got no shortcuts in life. The least that I can get is to be granted nothing but sons. Just like real music again, you know what I mean? And that should just really make you want a son. Make you really just hope and pray you don't have no daughter for real. The way Drake is just in that video just vibing with his son, like, you can't do that with no little girl. I mean, sorry, but that's just the way I fucking feel. I know. Look, imagine being a man, right? And your first kid is a girl. Bro, that shit would have to be a crippling feeling. I wouldn't even look forward to parenthood. I'll be like, man, fuck it. Let's get these 9 months over with. Let me get right back up in you so we could try something else. Because this can't be it. Go ahead and sew up the box. Re-heal so we can get shit back started. Let's do these kids 9 months apart. Let's go again. Back shots only, because I heard that with back shots only, which would be the style for me anyway. Back shots is the way you really get the boys. Boys only. You guys ever see all those fucking gender reveals when the shit blow pink? Show me one video where a dude was happy.